Now, the NPP as a political party, we all know, are very foolish and they lie a lot. Now, about 2 days ago, NPP for Bekachere say, NDC are buying the e-levy eba. And so many people were saying, NPP, stop this. Now, the minority in parliament is calling for the permanent suspension of any wallet to bank transfer levy by the Bank of Ghana until it receives proper parliamentary approval. Minority leader, in fact, yes, minority leader Afenyo Markin accused government of being complicit in allowing the proposed wallet to bank transfer levy to proceed. And the MP before a press conference. Now, your press conference no more kana. These were the same people about 3 days ago. Now, Omokacha Ghana for you now say NDC abanga pass e-levy. 3 days ago, let me play the video for you to watch. 3 days ago, this is what they said.
When they were in opposition, they criticized the e-levy. And when they assumed office in 2025, they put in place a mechanism to abolish the e-levy. Immediately after repealing the e-levy law, they imposed the Dumiso levy, what they call the energy sector reform levy, which now took away 1 Ghana cedi per liter of petrol that is bought at the pump. So that was the first mischief. The second surprise, the NDC government, through the back door, has reintroduced the e-levy. These were has reintroduced. The NDC government, through the back door, has reintroduced the e-levy. These were...
So this was an emphatic statement. 3 days ago or 2 days ago, Ojina Parliament a press conference, Ekache Ghana for say NDC the e-levy aba. They made it emphatic. Emma Yenyanko former mutina TikTok, etna radio so Ghana calling themselves journalists. Afenyo Makine NPP for catch them say the NDC government I introduce the e-levy. Emma Yebetinaka say it's a lie. Nobody can introduce any kind of levy in Ghana without going to parliament for approval. Nobody, no government. In fact, Obiani Ghana obet my no. But 2 days ago, the same Afenyo Makin, this same liar, this chronic liar, this thief, this criminal who lies about everything, this guy who is a lawyer and breaking the laws in Ghana, calling people and threatening them because his girlfriend's brother went to touch people's kids. This filthy politician who does not understand anything about respecting the people and speaking truth or upholding integrity. This same guy stood on national television, called his NPP colleagues, he said, Yen kanche Ghana for say, NDC the e-levy aba. Just 2 days ago. And yes, sorry, Afenyo Maki we are a press conference. And they are was a press conference. Now the press conference, no, mumientie de waka. Kasa kwa we jimia musemeboa.
The Bank of Ghana must permanently prohibit any wallet to bank or bank to wallet charge equivalent to a transaction levy unless authorized by an act of parliament. 2. The Attorney General must issue a formal opinion on the constitutionality of imposing levy equivalent charges through fintech operators to bypass Parliament, to bypass Article 174, and this opinion must be part of the proceedings of Parliament through a ministerial statement by the Attorney General for Parliament to debate same. 3. The Finance Minister must appear before Parliament to explain the decisions behind MMFL's announcement and confirm whether the executive knew of or encouraged it. Of course, I doubt if the minister will come and tell us the executive did not know about this. And finally, the government must eat a humble pie by apologizing to Ghanaians, the very people it promised, for breaking a solemn electoral promise.
So the question here is, and we have a press conference. The press conference, you know, ono na obeka say abind the e-levy abano. Afedi oka kire say Attorney General no embra bontene. Embe kire adenti na MTN4 e decide say obo charge 0.7 pesos or whatever percent. The same person will say, I pass e-levy, you know. Or no, John say, oh, Bank of Ghana prohibit MTN4 from taking that kind of money from its customers. So in one breath, Ghana pass e-levy. John Mahamani and this pass e-levy. In another breath, or Sakacha Ghana for say MTN4 na air charge na opeso busa finance minister and say Ghana buying him who be na Attorney General Mbeme Antia say Sebio ono so na adwene ye ne sen. So basically adia na nko so mo ye the first time no and then as you say no omo ye the second time. This is the press conference they were supposed to have in the first place. But you see, because of atro energy minti, this press conference now also have no have you dinka ba bontene beto atro Ghana fueni, because these questions you are asking are legitimate. Company be a private company, a communication company, and as a telecommunication company, whatever you want to call it. To boom. There were different telecommunication companies. Obian to need one telecommunication company at to need doesn't mean say yako parliament akwa shembra say e-levy aba. You the same person I work say e-levy abano. Oh say busa Bank of Ghana say memo mom penema MTN and to omubuom. Secondly, ubusa a buying lawyer payini say omechire na adwene say the course no onimu bia na. 3. Saka say finance minister nemra na omeyehu say a buying way ema MTN ho kwan. So it means say you yourself you know for a fact say a buying has not officially come to parliament to pass any law say e-levy aba. At this point, where Jimmy and I win Jimmy here. And this is the kind of dirty politics they do. This is the kind of dirty politics they do. It is out here in the second press conference now. He is now inquiring. But the first press conference, he was making an emphatic statement to say e-levy aba. Kwasia we onye leader. Matuba Umia for Baba Umia is not listening. Mahamudu Baumia, he is not smart, he is not intelligent. He will never keep as the leader of the minority da. Because in the press conference clearly shows to say they are confirming say there is no e-levy. Because first press conference okay, Ghana for say e-levy aba. NDC I there pass e-levy. Also we are minority leader. NDC can never pass e-levy without you knowing in parliament. Adia chinya ubusa abane question say adentina MTN4 charge. Now say questions now. Why didn't you ask those questions in your first press conference for the government to answer you, for you to understand say Bibiama parliament into there's nothing like e-levy that has been passed by parliament. Where Jimmy politics now, why do you say NPP followers in Kwana when you politics? That is the foolishness of the NPP. Ye di omatemana omasif one and tiasie. When we criticize them with harsh words, na omochi for no, omochi tie for no, omoji mi abete oh adentina, o can we actually for your marking na upenyi na jimia. We didn't have two infutregu penny. And at a point, we saw some people sitting on radio. I'm from who journalists screaming, e-levy aba. They are misinforming and disinforming the people. Sani paniko buza se ote no here obeka se afenyo ma ken ka se but oya some trofo. Now ken kan na unim nyansa. You know before any levy can be passed in Ghana no I was say here no parliament. Did you see anything like that? Who say parliamentary be a parliamentar? Yere hands at biaba and as some argument to be about any levy? No. So how do you just come on radio as a journalist to say e-levy aba? That just say we jumana wo ye no nipa na radio ne de no onya kwasia nko apam eche nipa na ya kwasia. Listen to me carefully. Say nipa no motive na odi be radio no, it is to educate, it is to inform, it is to make sure say nipa dodo mutie no ehu no kre na say nipa na nya kwasia wo sa radio personality na oto no the same day nipa no be pamo, because basically you have turned the radio into a miscommunication or misinforming platform odi di nipa dream, because we are journalist, we are some trofo oti levy oti asie saying levy yɛn pass no them levy yɛn fa one day gyina bɔntene kasi a pass levy I was say go through a process enti obi kɔ de gyina radio so ana TV so yɛ press conference now because of politics inti okase ya pass e-levy so we a journalist now what do you look or check for the facts. You don't quickly go and sit on radio and start to say e-levy abo no bia mete na basa na which are journalists we Jimmy for and nipa na ofa odwuma no Jimmy for onim nyansa because onim nyansa nka wapamo because that is not the motive of that radio station. Enya motive na da enya radio no bia na say enya sa na dan team so obesai nipa obedi atra obepamo. It's one of the kind of people we are dealing with in Ghana. NPP for Jimmy. They be a catch Ghana for and every single day no party any munyam no they be an echo form and right now no party any munyam do 2.1 sorry 3.8 at every 100 be do 3.8% and ebeko for more because you see omomudi party any no they still see Ghana ni bia say we Jimmy to such a ma want to me afenyo makemo NPP for a general secretary national youth organizer omomudi party the Derricks no the NPP Derricks no they think say obi Jimmy say chema want me just obi Jimmy say Derrick they still don't understand say they are talking to Ghanaians who are enlightened, Ghanaians who know omunim de Ghana for to making kind thing your massy. And that is the problem with the NPP. They are still doing the 1992 politics. Hey, Kofonio, Edubu on Kaye, Yadi Fremenshao, sa politics, the nye Juma Bib, Yanka Mananya no cre, Yanka Tramananya no cre, and ye Juma Bib. You need to bring your facts, you need to state the facts. Because Ghana for Nyankwasiaphobium, we read, we understand, we break things down, we explain to our mothers, our fathers, our uncles. Every single day we are educating each other. So you cannot just say things and walk. This guy is just a man. After no way, Jimmy. But we are not going to do a form. Kwa pamwa kwa with the dada. But we are on your smart. Massa. NPP before you say Ghana for South Africans. Mo bodam. NPP for after no man can NPP for no. In their head, no just say Ghana for South Africa for ye Jimmy. Ye Jimmy yo. We are not South Africans. Thank God we are not South Africans. Thank God we are Ghanaians who research, who ask questions. Thank God we are Ghanaians who are intelligent. It's MP what you say South Africa for you Jimmy Omkayani Amene, Julius Malema, Jacob Zuma, Ubuntu, ANC, Yani Yanyamwau, Yani Dinka Gene. South Africa for my hey, Sankwasi, I don't know. Yani Yanam could this Sankwasi Asabono. Yandan chance damu. Yani Anya insani adejune. It you need to understand you are talking to intelligent people. Debi amikache Ghana for say NPP for any party no mojimia then a party am from intellectuals and the chairman want to be person or yet the national chairman of the party. A party of intellectuals, you will be to say Abronya a regional chairman. Party of intellectuals, near will be to say Nanabi, near will be say Salam Mustafa. Party of intellectuals, near pension too. Second and saying that.